Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is SCC, and we're here for the round 8 review. And it was another good week for the team. They could have actually been a lot better. There was a lot of carnage, and we were able to miss a lot of that. And another 10,700 rank raise is really good. I just realized it was 12,000. I thought it was 16,000. But anyway, yeah, really happy with how the team shaped up last week. I'd been mulling over trades, and there was a few things I could have done different. I should have just probably stuck with the original train plan I have, and I'd be another 50 points higher. But yeah, a really good week for my team anyway. I didn't expect to get top 4,000 ranking this week based on where my team started at and the things I was trying to figure out. And to getting into 12,000 now, we were out at 60,000. I'll show you the graph when we get into here. But really, really happy with how the team shaped up so far. We missed a lot of the bad injuries. Except for Green, we have Green, but a lot of the other stuff we missed, and got really decent scoring, and some of the rookies we held did really well, and we got some good loops, which was great, and mostly picked the right rookies to field, which is good. But once again, captain's failed us. I really shouldn't have back Dawson. I probably should have gone, let's try and get a good VC score, because I knew it was going to be a hard week. We were going to, if I wanted to go Gorn, I wasn't going to be able to VC him, which I ended up captaining. But, if I'd set a different VC and maybe thought about it, Sheezel would have been no good. So that was probably one of my first thoughts. But maybe if I thought about Dacos a little bit, although he's been a little bit under, he seems to be back in form now. And that would have been huge. Like, that's what, 40 points plus a few other things we'll discuss once we get in. That could have made a really, really big difference. But anyway, that's the start of the team. 2,280 at 9. As I said, really happy for this week. Into 12,790. So hopefully we can crack the top 10K next week and continue the climb. So let's get into the team. So this is how the team shaped up. And let's talk about the good, and then we can talk about what was bad. So the good, obviously Dacos 150, Wanganeen Malira 115, Nick Martin 122, Sarong Bontempelli 137, 142. So I kind of knew Sarong as well was probably going to score well against Richmond. Got a little bit scared of the Pickett tag, so I didn't go for him as captain. But realistically, I should have just gone with it, because Sarong always finds a way. And the majority of the competition is really lucky Gorn pulled his finger out in the last half and put on what I had. It would have been like an 80-point second half, 90-point second half. It was ridiculous. I think he was only on like 60 or 70 at the end of the third. So to get to 111 is really, really good. What else did we do? So we held Meek to then see what Sweet did. Sweet went 74, so I thought I'd roll the dice on Meek. And, this is actually kind of the bad rather than the good, because Meek was on 90 at halftime, and I was thinking, man, can we get like a big 150 from Lloyd Meek? Like, that would be ridiculous. But no, he slowed down 106, which I also think is bullshit, because I just think that, we allow so many points from kick-outs, but taps to advantage. Meek was getting a lot of taps to advantage, which I feel like went unscored or not scored as high as some other things do. But can't complain. 106 was above his projected and also better than Sweet, so really can't complain. I wonder if he's topping out and whether I need to think about trading him yet. Thing is with Meek, yeah, well, 59 break even still, so I can still sit on him for another week and see how it goes, which is the plan. But we'll get to the plan once we go through the rest. So yeah, the back line, look at it fire: 150, 122, 101, 115. The McKercher hold has turned out to be really, really good, which is something I was kind of hoping, because we could, we see McKercher had the scoring, and it wasn't like a Sanders thing where he just wasn't getting, he was at odds with the coach. they were trying McKercher in a different position, and they figured out they were better off putting him back into the back line and letting him go. And with Sheasel moving up now, which is hurting Sheasel and helping McKercher out, but I don't think we need it. I just don't think moving Sheasel when there's probably a lot of other issues teams have is the thing to do right now. And we saw Sheasel have down patches, a small down patch last year, and then pick back up again. So I think, well, I know I'm going to be holding Sheasel because I want to get these other players off the field. So moving forward from there, so Sarong, Bomb, we've already talked about. So Dawson, 94 early on. It happened. Move on. Took, I'm actually quite happy with the 93 considering how badly beaten Gold Coast were. And he beat Rao, which is like the big one he's probably up against each week. So, happy to take that. I wonder what Rao scored in the end. Sorry. He's coming down money. He scored a 65. So yeah, we got like what 28 points. Yeah, 28 points there. So that was good. I thought he was actually more heavily owned Rao, but he isn't. Took's actually round about the same ownership, I reckon. What? 24%, and Rao is 22%. So yeah, Took's more heavily held than Rao, which is interesting. I thought Rao would be more. Obviously, we had the Green injury, but that affected a lot of people. So obviously annoying, but one of the ones we can deal with. Hewitt went a 98, had 30 disposals, just a lot of his handballs, and I think Walsh is such a benefactor from a guy like Hewitt because Hewitt goes in and gets the ball from the bounce and then he handballs out to Walsh, who then gets the kick forward and he gets the clearance and also the bigger points from the kick. So still very happy with like a 98 and he's still outscoring, and I'll just continue to hold. They've got a hard matchup this week, but hopefully Walsh gets the attention and Hewitt will just go to the tag, which is probably going to be like, you'd say Petrarca, but like Oliver had a really good game, so hard to say. Sorry, I'm a bit here. All right, so then we had, we went Roberts on field. I was thinking about looping, but in the end, we only really lost 6 points there, so it's not really that big a deal with the other rookies. Graham, 59, so we went him over closely, just thinking Graham's at, getting CBA mid-time, and, even though Gold Coast got smashed, Closey did struggle. And it's interesting to see how big the drop-off has been for Closey. And we might be moving on him sooner rather than later. Rogers was the trade in 21, pretty bad, especially because I could have probably gone like a McAuliffe or something and banked the cash and maybe have gone like a higher player than what to. Like imagine if I'd gone Ryan, which was I didn't actually ever think about Ryan. I can't say it was a possibility. I wasn't looking at the defense, but like hindsight says that I could have gone someone in the defense. And I've been looking at Stewart, who actually did outscore as well. That's another 20 points I probably lost there. So I think he went 115. What did he go? He went 104. So not heaps more, actually. But anyway, I did think about a defender, but I didn't think about Ryan because he didn't fit the cash with Rogers. But now looking back on it, maybe I could have clicked Rogers to McAuliffe and fit Ryan. So that's like, a hard one. But end of the day, out of all the players, there's probably only one other player, being Darcy Parish, who scored really well, who I actually seriously considered over to 148. I think he went, which is frustrating because I was going to get him, and I did talk about it in the review. I was like, I think Parish could be a really, really good option. The thing that turned me off with Parish is, for me, was like when I get to the end of the year and I have my midfield, do I think Parish is a guy that I want to be betting against some of these other big players like Merritt, Butters and Co, and I couldn't afford Merritt or Butters. So I was like, well, I might as well go with Miller, who I think will be the most consistent of the Gold Coast, and they have North this week. So I was kind of like, oh, I'd like to get onto that scoring as well. So, and that's where we sat with that. And, 93, not the best, but it's also not the worst. So we moved with that. And otherwise, the forward line was good. It was a bit annoying to see a couple of other forward line options go well, considering Rankin's kind of our pod there. And we can see that like a lot of these guys are starting to reach their potential as well. Like Reed, he's probably got like a couple more games where he can score well, and then we might look at moving him on. It's an interesting one this week because a lot of players have put their hand up, and I'm not really sure where to go for selection. Like Oliver's back in some good form. From what I saw, what's the Hawthorn lad? What's his name? Sorry, I'm gonna have to look this up because I cannot remember for the life of me. Dylan Moore. So Dylan Moore seems to get a lot of mid time, which really interests me because I'd rather get him probably now rather than 560k next week. And they've got St Kilda, which feels like a good team to pick him up for, and he seems to be getting a lot of mid time was what I was seeing. So yeah, obviously losing about 49k or 60k he went up this week, so that's like pretty big. But at the same time, we're going to have the cash to be able to do it, and I think doing Dylan Moore is actually going to be the one. So let's have a think about these trades for a moment here after having gone through this. So I know that I kind of skipped over a few things like the forward line. Like Heaney just did Heaney things. He did cop a bit of attention. Flanders from Ward. Flanders just absolute seagull in the Gold Coast backline, which is great. Rankin, played a good ranking game. Reed struggled a little bit, but pulled it back in the second half. Power, probably still an issue player, but I'm going to keep him because he's still scoring all right. And, I think he could get some more CBA soon. And, then Wilson was just good to have. And I think this could be good, like, pushing this off the field. So this is what the plan is looking like for this week. So we're going to go... First, well, I have who I think I'm going to trade out, but I want to check that the cash cows tell me it is correct. So let's look at break evens. Sorry, I want to look at my team list. Come on. All right, list cash cows. So Power's going down money, and I reckon Darcy would be there. Darcy's still expected to go up. Is that because he had a big game the week before? Because my thoughts are because actually Closey, who's got the highest break even? The Graham's break even is getting pretty high. It's like out of the negative. Sorry, not pretty high. That's not really true. Closey's break even is now higher than Darcy's, but I got more money on Darcy. And realistically, it's like, who do I back? I guess Closey had a bad week the week before. He's got North, so I probably wouldn't trade him. Darcy has Richmond though, so that is also something to think about. So who else do we have at the moment? I think Roberts, it's time to go. I think we've got our money out of him. His break even's 107. And end of the day, he wasn't going to be a premium, so we might as well get rid of him now. And then down from there, like Meek's still got money to make. And then it's like what, Closey and Darcy. And Closey's got North, Darcy's got Richmond. And I think I'll just go with Darcy here. Although I bet he'll have a good score. If I can possibly make it work without trading Darcy, I'll try, but I'm thinking this is what it's going to be. We don't want to use the boost. We're going to save the boost maybe till before buys or when we really need it. I'm definitely going to want to use it before the buys, because it's useless after that, realistically, because the team should be fully upgraded by the end of buys. So yeah, I do want to obviously have it used by then, but we've still got a few more. And if it, this past week's anything to go by, yeah, I don't want to get caught with injuries and not enough trades. Just a note on the Green injury, GWS has said that it was he's escaped any major damage, so he should play. Well, he's a test for this week, so seems like a hold. I was probably going to hold it anyway. I don't want to. I'd rather just like loop someone into here if I have to. Like I could probably loop Wilson with the trade I'm going to look at. So this is what we're doing. We're going Darcy and we're going. Who are we going? We are going Darcy and Roberts. I don't know what rookie to get. I have thoughts. This is just my quick thoughts on who to trade. Obviously, Neil and Dunkley also had huge matches as well, who are both kind of overlooked. I kind of said Dunkley like he's been playing well, but are we going to see it from him? Zorko, huge 160, but I just don't think this is going to happen regularly. Like they had like 80 to 20, like 80 marks to 20 in the first half, Brisbane. I don't think other teams are going to allow them to have that. Other interesting picks, obviously, here are like Parrish, like 528 is still good, and he's got a low break even. But I just he actually looked good though. But yeah, the injuries are a bit interesting for him. Oliver, I'd like to get Oliver. But now that he's facing Hewitt, I might let it go for another week. Because after that, he's got West Coast St Kilda, and I think that's a good time to pick him up. I might have to pay like 500 plus for him, but it feels like a good spot to get him. And I think that if what we're reading from Moore is correct, that he's getting CBAs, I need to see the stats to confirm it. I don't think DFS will have it up yet. But if he is playing as well, playing in the middle a lot more, I think it's going to be more, and then go Clary the week after. And if Clary goes big again, it'll also prove that he's back, because this is his first big score. So I don't want to just go in on it the first week he's, had a good one. Let's have a look. So it's out for the Crows, but Hawthorn played today. So it is out. So he didn't get more. He didn't actually get. Oh, he got 26%. Oh, that changes my mind. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at his heat map if it's there. Oh, I thought it was more. Maybe he just was sent in there in the last quarter, but okay, there is a bit of backline play here, which he didn't really have the previous few weeks. Actually, pretty much the whole of the year except the first game. And he scored 104 in the first game as well. So let's have a look at the heat map. Yeah, Jesus. There's a lot of ball around this area. This is where I saw him a lot. Was it like this middle kind of wing? It is wingy though, isn't it? Well, it's not completely wing because obviously he's over this side here, but it's a very high forward flank player pushing up into the midfield. It feels like. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to have a watch. I thought he was playing midfield. He seemed to be around the ball, around the throw-ins a lot. But if it's not true, we might have to rethink that one as well. Hayden Young having another good game is frustrating. Butters at 621? Can't really afford with the rookies. Yeah, there's just no one really here. I'd love to go Merritt. I wonder if there's other money I can do to make it happen for him. It'd probably be like Hewitt or actually Power, but I don't really want to get rid of Power. I don't know. I just feel like it's not the move right now. I can probably flip him a bit later. So In saying that, let's have a look. We'll put more in, just on the basis that we do read that he's getting some mid time, and then we will go. It's either going to be more or probably Clary, and then let's get a young play in as well. What I might do, when the Hawthorn and St Kilda play, we'll have a look at after I go this, and then I was looking at rookies, and you know, it's like go Clark again, bring him back in off the 78. But he's got a really hard matchup. Port Adelaide feel like a hard matchup for a guy like Clark. Sullivan was really good, but just wait for him to get at the bubble. Actually, Bruce Revel looked really good as well, especially in the first half. But none of these mids are really talking to me. Curtin got subbed, obviously, and the rest of them are pretty high priced. And then looking here, like it's the same, the defenders are just pretty abysmal, to be honest. Turner went from an 100 one week to a 20 the next. So that pulls you back to 60. Hardman got subbed. Woden played a full game, I think, but probably is out once the injuries are back. Pink was the sub as well. So that makes me look at going young. The young boy Darcy Jones seems to be a pretty decent although Harvey Harrison played pretty well. I don't mind that, but I'll probably go Darcy Jones. You think he's probably played well enough to keep in the side, but I can't remember. Is it because Toby Green's out that Darcy Jones is getting a game? I don't know. Maybe you have to see what the team sheets say. And what is GWS injury list like? So, what do we got? GWS. I know this won't be updated for this week yet, but I can get an idea of what. The Canelio is probably the one that coming back because the rest of them are indefinite. So no one's really keeping him out, are they? He's not really keeping anyone out. He probably came in for Canelio, but Callum Brown's just got a 3-week ban for them. So I know it's not light for light, but you'd think that he could keep Jones in the team. Oh, did Canelio play actually? I think did he play? I actually don't know. Let's whoops. Sorry, let's. I don't think Canelio played, did he? No, he didn't. So Canelio didn't play. But surely there's still a spot for him. So we'll do this for now. And then we'll optimize. And that's what the team looks like. So what's this got? This got Wilson down here. Captain Flanders, random. Who are they playing that makes him score so high? 114. Oh, yeah. That's actually... Yeah, from it's at TIO though. Darwin's actually a bit different, but from what I've seen from North, Jesus Christ, that could definitely be a big score from him. Melbourne, the first game. So Pitnet's actually not that easy to score against. But I feel like Gawn's had pretty good history against them, right? Career stats. No, we want to go season. No, he's actually been not that great either. I can't believe he's been so bad against West Coast. So yeah, this is what we're kind of going with for now. Pretty big project there, but we'll just look at doing this loop. Can we do it this week? Who is it? Richmond play late, and when do Gold Coast play? Don't tell me they play at the same time. They do. Ugh. Well, I'll be going McKercher on field. That's a given. And then probably Graham because it's probably going to be a sweaty affair up there at Darwin. So you'd think there'd be a lot of ball ups, but yeah, the team would look pretty tasty like that. Now, obviously the change that we could do instead is change Flanders down here and go Oliver instead, which might actually turn out to be a bit safer, to be honest. But that would leave us with 135k, decent captain, obviously lower projection there, but that's fine. I think Clary's probably got a pretty good scoring. Yeah, 128, 126, 140. Oh, I don't know. I mean, West Coast are probably going to be an actual easier midfield kill again with Yo out. So I definitely probably want to get Clary in the week after. What is our trades next week is the question. And it's probably going to be to do with Meek going down and possibly Reed, I would suggest. And then, but my question would be then, but like I could still go a forward line player, couldn't I? How much money does that give us if I do that? Let's just have a quick look. So 135, 200 plus 40, 35, 200. We'll just do it off the base numbers right now. That's 1 million. I do not need that much money. That's a crazy amount of money. Jesus. Because I need to upgrade Meek to English at some point. Because he is well and truly back. Is English at the... English was at his probably bottom price last week. He had a big score this week, so he'd be going back up, yeah. And he's playing Richmond, but they'll double ruck, you'd think, unless Naismith gets dropped, because he was subbed out. Had pretty good scores against them, though. And then he's got two teams. He's gone 163 and 173 on them recently. I don't really need this sweet cash. I feel like maybe I'll get... This is where it gets hard, right? Maybe I'll boost next week. Maybe that's what will be happening. If we boost, there we go. Let's say we go Meek plus Reed plus the 135, 200 plus probably like Brown, because he's probably at the end of his cash. Yeah, because all those break-evens nice and low again, which is good. 70k. So let's say we get like 260,000 there as well. So that's 3 players. We'll get like a 123, 900. Oh, shit. Take 123. Oh, starting to do it. What's the number? 1311. 100. Take 123, 900. Oop. Why? Oh, God. Equals 1187. Take 612. Well, let's say worst case, it's like, even if it goes like 130, it's still going to be like 650. So let's say 650,000 worst case. And that would leave us 537,200. That's without cash rises either. Which would mean that we could probably get Oliver and English next week, possibly, even if I go like a what's his face, Dylan Moore this week. Because I reckon Bolton had a horrible game. And outside of that, so 521k went down heaps, so he had a shit game. 194. 36, Jesus Christ. I'm so glad I did not go Bolton. Jesus Christ. Who else in the forward line? I think that's realistically going to make my mind up. Zorko. Zorko's about the only other one. If I wanted to bet on who I'd like think's going to go high, I'm probably going to take the gamble on Moore. So let's see what the money is like with more. Sorry, this is becoming more of a crap trade idea than anything. But let's say you can go up here. So I could probably loop these two, right? And then I'll go. Because if Moore goes big again, he's going up a lot of money, and they've got. I feel like St Kilda's not a bad game for him. Port Adelaide's going to be shit, and so is Brisbane though. And then it kind of opens up a little bit again. Adelaide should be all right. Richmond, West Coast. And he's got Adelaide twice, and he's got North and Richmond. Well, he's got Richmond twice and North again, so that feels all right. Then this is obviously like you don't really want to trade Reed, but at the same time, it's going to be all based on what I can get. So if I go this plus 9,300, only really like I could save the boost. Because I'm pressing equal, isn't it? I really could save the boost and just go Meek up to English, because then if English is 650, that leaves me 181. I won't hold that much cash, but I will have Sweet on the bench. He's probably going to be like really expensive by that time. It's all going to depend really on what Sweet scores, because if Sweet scores huge this week, it's probably a good time to get rid of Meek. But Meek's got money to make. And Meek's probably got... I mean, he's got Marshall, but Marshall's also shown to be pretty easy to score on for Tat Rutman. A bit to think about, because we've got to start planning this out. Because buys will be coming soon, and you don't want to be picking the wrong players early. I guess the other thing is like Stewart, but like I don't know. I think I can pass Stewart. I might be reading it wrong, but I think with who's back there, Holmes back there now, it kind of like takes away his ability for the 160, 180 ceiling he used to be able to get, and I think it's more like 130s is where he'll get, that'll be a really big game from him. I might be reading that wrong, but Holmes definitely seems to be having an effect. But anyway, the last thing before I finish this has been a long video, and it's mostly me just talking about trades that I'm probably not going to do because I change my mind 30, 40 times a week. Let's show you this history. So this is how the scores have been. But like, yeah, just have a look. Actually, have a look where we've come from season rank. So we started at 61. I forgot we went to 92, and then I've slowly just climbed back to 12,790. So it has been a really big climb. We have been behind the 8 ball a lot, but the strong training has really helped. As you can see, like the last 2 weeks have been the big weeks where we've really hit well. We did get a top 2,000 score in round 3, but yeah, the last 2 scores have been really good as well. It was really round 2 that just absolutely killed. I think I lost probably 300 or 400 points in the competition in those first 2 weeks, and that was just like having Short and Young and stuff like that. And Young's come good, and even Short had a good game. But man, if I got some of the starting picks right, this could have been a lot different. But, we're climbing, and, 10,000 plus weeks in climbing and season rank is good. And this shows just because you have a, shit start and you're all the way at 92,000 at round 2, you definitely can make some good inroads. And as you can see, it was 40,000 ranks in that 3rd round. And you know, the buys did affect this. Like Hewitt didn't play this week, which I think didn't help me. I was like one premium down, and then my premiums didn't score well, and then like Bonner didn't play well either. So like that really put me behind. But then like once they were back and like the scores actually started to come good, then it started to really climb. And like, you know, round 4, you know, the scoring went back out, especially in round 5. But even then, I was still climbing ranks slowly. And the last 2 weeks have really been big ones for me that have brought it back to 12,000, which is, you know, doing these videos a bit more what you'd call what's the word? Like a bit more or a bit good, bit better. Well, I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but anyway. Yeah, it's been an exciting ride so far. Glad to have missed all the injuries this week. And excited to see what happens next week. At the moment, looking at more, but I don't know. I'll probably change my mind. Still got 20 trades left. Once this trade happens, we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, probably like 5 spots to fill really with 20 trades. And like Meek's not going to be hard to get up either. And then it's going to be like, you know, going from Hewitt to someone who's a bit better. And, you know, I could probably just hold McKercher for now because he's playing so well. So anyway, that's enough from me. I hope you enjoyed this ramble of a video with not much plan. I hope you had a good week as well. Hope that you guys are climbing. Hope that things are going for well for everyone. Really appreciate everyone who watches the video and gets to the end. And hopefully we'll probably do a few better trade videos, or one better trade video this week where I kind of look at players a little bit more closely. These are just the early thoughts anyway after the round is over. And we'll talk about stuff like captains and rookies and stuff like that. But until then, and until the next video, we'll leave it there and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.